What up, guys? This is the Vod here, and now today it's a special segment of detours. Unlike my previous videos, I will be doing something called common. I hope the title doesn't confuse you because I'm starting today with some common sense. We need some common sense, and if you understand what it is just basically a way of thinking that may save you a lot of money. So let's start with some common understanding. I'm not gonna be doing some high tech or something confusing. I'm just gonna be doing something very simple. Very simple. This is the inside of a car. Not the inside, but the front part where the engine is kept. If you are in some other car part of the world, it probably is in the back side or whatever it is, under the seat. It differs between non-cars and model. Common sense, you're gonna need to know this. If you're buying an older model car, you need to check the water because that is very important. When you're doing your driver's license, I'm pretty sure they told you. Yeah, it's very important. And the engine oil. You have this little hook right here. You pull it. It's in every car. It differs from where it is. Sometimes it's here, sometimes it's here, sometimes crap, it's even here. So remember, check the water, check the oil. Why? Well, you don't want to buy a new engine, do you? The point I'm trying to make is common sense really should be general knowledge. When you deal with cars, you're gonna probably get scammed more than 30 times in your life, maybe in 100 times, because cars are beasts. These things can run for 20 years without any problem if you well maintaining them. But businesses don't want that. They want you to pay for things, so they will always mess up with your car. So always remember to keep the basic things safe. If you don't pour water, this thing overheats and it burns, and then the parts that are very expensive break. The whole engine sometimes can get screwed over and you have to buy a new engine or a new top or whatever you want. And if you don't put the oil, there's not enough friction, same story. It overheats, melts apart, and breaks a lot of things. You want to have that common knowledge. Common sense is what drives people. Understanding is what's very important. Another thing you must know is the battery. This thing, well, runs mostly very well. It runs a long time. But if you have an older one, well, you could always just go to a shop and trade it in for a newer one for at least an increase in price. But depending on the type of battery you have, it could last you a long time. Another thing you should know is this. This should be a common sense. Sometimes your car will get stuck. And this is called fuses. Fuses are very important. They are literally what help how they distribute your power throughout the car. Sometimes you are not having a major crisis, it's just a malfunction with your fuse. There is a way to check. You can check online and ask, but you should know about fuses. This is a common sense that if you own a car, you need to know about fuses. Know the difference, because sometimes your car isn't broken or the engine or anything major. It might be just a malfunctioning fuse that is burned. You could just go to a spare shop or someplace where they sell them very cheap. You can probably get these around under a lot of cheaper price than going to a mechanic who will charge you a lot of money and then just lie to your face about what the problem is. So yeah, I want you to have that common sense, and that's why I'm making this video. I'm hoping to continue making a moment of common sense with you, because you need to have some common sense. This should be common knowledge. You need to check your world. You need to know the different part, because if you own a car, you're gonna have to be stuck a lot of time, and depending on if it's a newer or an older model, you need to be safe. If you're buying a brand new car, you don't have to worry about the oil and water that much. But if you are driving it for a long time, start doing that on a daily basis when you leave, because you need to check if your oil is at the right amount and your water is there. As you can see, I'm always checking. There is always this, which is a spare amount of water that's gonna be put in the whatever this thing is. I will probably remember it soon, but I forgot it. Yeah, and that is why this was a moment of common sense. If you realize how glitchy I was, I don't script this. I don't know how to do that, and I'm hoping to make these my daily dose, maybe weekly or monthly, of common sense, just to give you that understanding on different topics. It won't be just car related. It will be a more breach on what I know as commonly, as fastly, and as safely as possible. Sometimes it will be using equipment safely, sometimes it will be what something really is, and sometimes it will be just a guideline on what you need to know that you I think you need to know. You can do further research on engines and cars if you own a car, and will always have some daily dose on the brand of car you have. You have different models. Good luck.